A very good evening to all of you, and welcome to After Hours with William in India. Today on the October 10th session. In the morning, I think I was there, and we had a very good discussion about the Nifty levels, right? So some of you might be there in the morning as well. So what we discussed in the morning was that the 17,000 level is the key. So Nifty might get a support somewhere before that 17K level, and I think that's what ideally happened. So somewhere around 17,064, Nifty made a low, and from over there it consolidated for some time. So this is the 5-minute chart. So after this gap down, it made a low around 1764. After some consolidation, there was a very good momentum in the Nifty, and I think it made a high of somewhere around 17,280. So yeah, there was more than 200 points of recovery. But then again, there was a lot of volatility. वहां से फिर से Nifty was down more than 120-30 points, and the closing was strong. So this is what we discussed in the morning. दो चीज ध्यान में रखने का था मॉर्निंग के डिस्कशन में. पहला कि यहाँ पे सपोर्ट मिलना चाहिए था इसके पहले, जो मिल गया. Second thing what I discussed in morning session was about the closing. So what you should look, what I will be looking today was how the Nifty is closing. So what we ideally wanted is Nifty to close in the upper half of the day's range or near the day's high, which is a bit ideal. If you see some strength in the market, if you want to see some strength in the market, and that has happened. So no two ways about that. It has happened that Nifty closed very close to day high, somewhere around 250 is not a bad closing after such a weak opening. So one positive out of today's session is the closing. The closing is very good. Other thing now, okay, 17,200 DMA support उसके पहले मिल गया, closing सही रहा. But one thing you need to notice, think यहाँ पे candle mark नहीं है, but the volume was relatively lower. So it is not that the recovery was in a very good volume. So volume was mostly almost 20% below the average volume. So though it was a bit higher than Friday's session, but जो overall volume हमको दिखना चाहिए recovery के time पे, वो इतना strong नहीं था. And even the broader market indices, अगर stock level पे देखे, so you might not have seen that level of strength which you always want when there is such a good recovery. 200 points recovery in Nifty is not bad, guys, but the same level of strength was not able to see in the stock specific levels. So now the important thing becomes is the recent high, somewhere around 400 500 का जो level है, which is 21 DMA as well as the 50 DMA. So this level over here, Nifty might try to go over there. अगर यहाँ पे पहुंचा और if it reclaims, then that is very positive for the market. And in this due course, we will be looking for FTD, that is the follow through day. अभी हम already rally attempt में है. यहाँ पे हमको एक potential bottom मिला है. I am not telling bottom, but what we have got is the potential bottom. So now to confirm that this potential bottom can give a good rally, you need a follow through day. That is Nifty में 1.5% का gain on a volume higher than the previous session. If that happens, we consider it as a follow through day, and from there we will again start to add stocks in our portfolio. Till then, we will wait for the market to gain the strength. जल्दी नहीं करना है ऐसे मार्केट में एंटर करने का, बिकॉज कई मूव्स ऐसे आते हैं जो डिसीविंग होते हैं. आपको लगेगा कि भाई अभी तो जोरदार मूव आ गया, यहाँ पे मार्केट पे जाना है. एंड मेन थिंग इज देयर इज अ फोमो, क्योंकि मार्केट इतना अचानक से बढ़ा था ये 5200 से 18,000 तक कि फोमो आ जाता है कि भाई मैं तो ये मिस कर गया स्टॉक. तो जब भी वो थोड़ा नीचे आएगा, वो एक टेम्पटेशन होता है कि भाई खरीद लो जल्दी इसको. बट ऐसा नहीं करना है. वेट फॉर अ गुड कंफर्मेशन एट अ निफ्टी लेवल, फॉलो थ्रू डे, क्योंकि ऐसा भी हो सकता है वो यहाँ पे भागा था, ठीक है, फिर अचानक से फिर से दे दिया बाजार. सो यू नेवर नो. बट अगर निफ्टी ऊपर जाने वाला है तो यहाँ पे हमको हमारा सिग्नल मिल गया था एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, फॉलो थ्रू डे मिल गया था, ठीक है. एंड वी वर इन अ कंफर्म ऑफ ट्रेंड एंड वी वर एबल टू गेट अ गुड एडवांटेज ऑफ द रैली. सो जस्ट गिव सम टाइम टू मार्केट टू सेटल. इतना पॉजिटिव आज का एक्शन कैन बी कंसिडर न्यूट्रल. फ्यू पॉजिटिव इज कि एक तो ऊपर के हाफ में क्लोज हुआ, it closed just above its 10 EMA. Couple of positive things. One thing to be kept in mind is the volume इतना strong नहीं था. So now today's low, or you can say again, the 17,000 on the lower side and 17,400, 500 on the higher side. These are the important levels to watch out for and the follow through day. So if you look at the top gainers and losers, some green spots you might see in the IT sector just before the TCS result. I was just tracking before this webinar started, but yet अभी भी result बाहर नहीं हुआ है. So we will discuss TCS result tomorrow in the morning. But yes, IT sector was among the top gainers. Axis was leading the pack. On the flip side, after the weaker JLR sales number, the Tata Motor was down 3 to 4%. Tata Consumer and Hero Motor were also on the losers list and followed by the Asian Paint and ITC. तो थोड़ा वो consumption वाला theme आज थोड़ा सा down दिखा. But yes, the IT gave a leadership. अगर sector, see, this is what I was discussing when I was talking about Nifty. कि strength, recovery वाला strength वो Nifty में दिखा, but sector पे, stocks पे, broader market पे इतना नहीं दिखा. अगर Nifty में IT देखो तो IT का 1% plus closing है. ठीक है, बैंक्स में अच्छा रिकवरी आया था लो से, बट इफ यू लुक एट द ऑटो, फाइनेंशियल सर्विस, एफएमसीजी वाज डाउन मोर देन 1%, मेटल, फार्मा ऑलमोस्ट 0.8%, ठीक है, रियल्टी 1%. सो ओवरऑल स्ट्रेंथ अभी भी मार्केट में लैकिंग है. If you news, Gravita started commercial production of aluminium from the new plant. Central bank hiked lending rate by 5 bits across the tenure. And just now, I think before 5-10 minutes, there came a news that Bank of Baroda also hiked their lending rate by 10 to 15 bips across the tenure with effect from October 12. NMDC keeps Lumpur and fine price unchanged for the October. JSW Steel's Q2 FY23 production grew almost 12% YOY, but it was down 3% on a QOQ basis. And yes, most of you might be knowing, EasyMyTrip board approved a bonus of 3 shares for every 1 share held. So that's it for today's session. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:45 in pre-bell. So there we'll be discussing the TCS result, how the global market went, any movement in the crude oil, the currencies. So everything will be discussed tomorrow morning in the pre-bell session. And also the TCS result and how it is set up. So thank you for joining today's session.